Well, Ryan, you've had a free week, of course, to work with the players, and what sort of response have you got?
We come in Monday, as you can imagine. The way the game panned out, there's a lot of disappointment, not just from the staff, but obviously the players as well, with the outcome of the game. So we debrief that on Monday morning to try and put that to bed and go through what we can do better in them situations. But it was important we didn't get too down because of the position that we're in still. And it's the players that have got us into that position. We are going to lose games of football. And the message is about how we respond to that and how we bounce back, and hopefully we'll do that come Saturday.
There's no doubt about it. It's now an 11-game season for you that's going to define where it's all going to end up. But it must be an exciting feeling that for everybody connected to the football club after several years in the doldrums, really, that where you find yourself going into the running.
Yeah, exciting for the fans, stressful for us as staff. But we've got ourselves into a good position, and we'd have taken that at the start of the season. It's just about approaching each game as it comes, taking that one game at a time to try and be still in and around it after the 11 games have played out.
You're taking a 6-match unbeaten away record to Doncaster at the weekend. How crucial could that be, maintaining that unbeaten away record as well, to get you up?
Yeah, the away performances have been good. We've had to show both sides of our game in recent fixtures away from home. So sometimes we've had the majority of the football, and when we haven't, we've had to show our resilience with our defending, which has been good, and that will be important leading into Saturday's game. Because Doncaster have been on a good run of form. They've got some real threats at the top end of the pitch, the front three in particular. So it's important we build on what we've been doing away from home in recent weeks, and also just try and respond and bounce back from the disappointment from last Saturday will be important and key.
Going into the run-in, it's one of those where everybody's got to really stay level, not get hyped up and lose concentration of what the job is in hand. That's a part for the management to be working on, of course, but is there extra pressure on coming into this vital run-in?
Maybe, but we're trying to not visualise it like that. We're trying to keep everybody's feet on the ground. We've done well to get into the position that we're into. But we've got to maintain that position. No good being here in the start of March and then you're not there at the end of April. So it's important that we, like I said previously and we've said many times before, just taking each game as it comes. Each game will throw up different challenges, and we've got to be ready for them challenges. We've got players coming back to the squad's getting stronger, which will help for the running of the fixtures and the load of fixtures that are coming up. But just remaining on task and what our job is each and every time we go out onto that pitch.
One of the major strengths, or the biggest things that you've had, is that you've been able to bounce back. You've not had any long runs without wins or draws, and that's a fantastic feeling as well. I must think that everybody must think that, we have a blip, but we can get back on winning ways quite quickly.
Yeah, and that's been the message from the start of the season. You are going to lose games of football. You obviously don't want to lose games of football, but you will. And it's important how you respond after them defeats and trying to not lose back-to-back games, which is key. Just so you keep ticking over points on the board, and that message will remain the same. We obviously will go there on Saturday against a strong Doncaster outfit. We've got some real threats throughout the team. But it's about what we've been doing for the duration of this season and making sure we stay on task with what we need to do.
You'll have one or two in your dressing room that has won promotions and have been involved in promotion races, and there'll be a few players that haven't. Is there a chat, management and players talk about it?
To be honest, no. We've not been talking about promotion. I think if you start going too far ahead, you can lose focus on what the actual next challenge is that's coming up. So maybe when we get to the end of April, if we're still in and around this position that we are now, then we can start focusing on that a little bit more. But at the moment, our sole focus is on Doncaster coming up on Saturday.
You mentioned briefly about what you're going to get from Doncaster. You managed to go and have a look at them in the week. You know, is it all about you though? You know, it's firmly on yourselves.
Yeah, and it's always about us, regardless of who we play and when we play them. Yes, we know that they've got some threats, but we also know where we can try and expose them. And we've got to just make sure our levels and our standards are as high as they've been throughout this season so far, and focus on what we can do collectively and individuals on the pitch to hopefully get a positive outcome.
Let's have an update on the injuries then, where you are. Joel Taverner missed out last week. What's the latest there? Chris Long as well, and people like that. Zach Williams got some minutes under his belt. Where are you up to?
So Joel Taverner just missed out. He wasn't very well at the weekend, but he's been back in this week. Joel will be back involved this weekend. Chris Long is improving. He's running absolutely fine. We got to the next stage of him now where he starts to increase his ball striking, and he's more individual specific stuff related to his position back out on the pitch. So Chris Long will probably be another week to couple of weeks maybe. Zach Williams is just back in the squad as normal. He's back up to speed. Obviously we've got to be mindful in terms of his injury prevention and making sure there's not a reoccurrence of what he's done the last couple of times. But Zach's raring to go and is ready, yeah.